Bonjour, mes amis. Welcome to the beautiful and romantic city, Paris, an ultimate year-round destination for relaxing and fun-filled holidays. Located on the majestic river Seine, this French capital is literally considered as a paradise, a green city, and a highly livable place on earth. Nearly 45 million tourists visit Paris annually, making it the third most visited destinations in the world. With 2,500 years of history, this global city is one of the world's leading economic and cultural center. And what makes Paris so different? The world-class monuments, amazing museums, finest architectures, glamorous shopping, superb cafes, restaurants, and nightlife that can keep you partying till dawn. Paris is rightly termed as the capital of style and fashion, as it is a home to some of the world's renowned fashion designers and top-notch cosmetics. The city of love and city of lights has got thousands of attractions, sightseeing, and things to do, in addition to world-famous museums, castles, cathedrals, beautiful riverscapes, and historic city centers. Getting in. Numerous options are available while getting to Paris and back, since it is the major train and rail center in Europe. Several travel packages are bestowed round the year for tourists for amazing budget-friendly deals. Since Paris draws international attention, it is well connected to Europe by air, train, and roads. Get in by plane. Paris is connected to the rest of the world by three international airports: Roissy Airport to the northeast of the city, Orly Airport to the southwest of the city, and Bourget Airport to the north of the city. All major airlines fly to Paris daily. Many budget airlines offer regular flights between all major European cities. Several airline shuttles, buses, taxis, and public transports are readily available from these airports to get around further. Get in by train. Paris is connected to Europe by 6 different rail networks. Several high-speed and normal trains travel daily from Europe to Paris. The Eurostar bullet train connects Paris to London in just 2 hours and 15 minutes. All 7 train stations in Paris are spectacular buildings with unique impressions and French paintings celebrated since generations. Shuttles and metro lines are available to travel from one station to another. All these tickets can be bought at railway station, online, at city offices, or through the travel agencies. Get in by bus. Several buses with great value fares and varied luxuries connect Paris to all the major European cities. Traveling by bus is much cheaper as compared to trains. Travelers are flooded with various discounts and travel packages around the year. Eurolines, Megabus, and ID Bus are some of the most reliable bus companies over other carriers. Get in by car. Various multi-lane expressways and motorways hook up Paris with France. Cars give you the freedom to travel wherever you please until outskirts of Paris. It is not advisable to travel within the metro areas by car during rush hour due to traffic jams and difficulties in parking. Most of the roads in Paris were built long before the invention of cars. If you are unfamiliar with the roads, the streets will confuse you, hence refer navigator while in car. Getting around. Walking. Paris is 12 kilometers wide and 10 kilometers across, hence the best way to get around is walking, skating, or biking, rather than keeping other excellent transport systems in business. For those who prefer walking can enjoy the fresh air and get an opportunity to discover secret scenic place of your interest. You can capture great pleasures of the city within few hours Of course, if you can keep yourself from stopping at the various mouth-watering cafes and restaurants. You may even join the walking tour groups. Cycling and skating. Renting a cycle can be the smartest mode over driving. The city government has taken special care of cyclists by providing huge network of separated cycle paths and lanes. Skating is permitted on most of the pavements and suburbs in Paris, so you can enjoy skates on the smooth surfaces on both sides of the roads. Metro subway. Another good way to see Paris is the underground metro subway system. It spans over every pocket of Paris with over 300 kilometers of track and 300 stations. It was opened in 1900 and carries 9 million passengers daily. Tramway Rail. Paris is also served by Tramway, a light rail network that runs on 4 lines serving suburban rails in normal speeds as well as in high speeds. Open top bus. Get incredible views of Paris by traveling above the ground in the open top bus. All buses are tourist friendly and often provide 1 or 2 days tourist passes that will allow you to hop on to any bus over 50 stops. Catch the scenic side of the City of Light with your own pace. Traffic might slow down your trip, but learning how to choose the right route is an art as well. Taxis. More than 15,000 taxis serve Paris, so you can find one easily on taxi stands all over Paris. They are inexpensive and can be booked on phone ahead of time. Horse carriages. Horse carriages with beautiful interiors can carry up to 4 people. They shower several customized tourist packages that will allow you to plan your romantic tour with your beloved one. Boat buses. Boat buses make use of River Seine and offer excellent photography opportunities. They are cheaper as compared to other transportation systems. Regular shuttle services as well as sightseeing cruises serve the tourists with regular intervals. Cars. Renting a car is a bad idea due to dense traffic and parking issues during the day, especially areas surrounding tourist places. They can be useful during night and for trips outside Paris. Attractions. 2000 years ago, Julius Caesar invaded the city in 52 BC. Since then, it has undergone rapid transformations, leaving behind its impressions on Paris. This city will take you back to centuries by offering many surprising and secret spots ranging from ancient to modern times. Paris has an extensive range of sites for its visitors. Here is an overview of few top attractions. Eiffel Tower. Constructed in 1889, this iconic symbol of Paris and Europe is the world's most photographed tourist attraction. The iron structure, towering more than 300 meters high in the Champ de Mars Park, allows you to take a ride in its elevators and take an incredible views of the city. Enjoy the exclusive dining experience in one of the 2 restaurants situated within the tower. Louvre Museum. Louvre Museum was originally a royal palace housing private collections of King Francis I in the 16th century. It was open to the public during the French Revolution. The Louvre spreads over 3 wings and it has collections of over 1 million artworks. To learn in and out of this museum, you might need a lifetime. It boasts some of the famous artworks such as The Dying Slave by Michelangelo, Venus of Milo, the Nike of Samuel Drake, and the most recognized artworks in the world, Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. Arc de Triomphe. In 1806, a 164 feet high and 148 feet wide stone arch was constructed to memorize the triumphal battles of Napoleon Bonaparte, his victories, and to engrave names of the soldiers who died in fighting for the emperor. Arc de Triomphe is adorned with many reliefs and bears 30 shields on the top, with the names of Napoleon's successful battles. It crowns Champs-Élysées the city's most famous avenue. 12 prestigious avenues radiate out of this arc. By climbing 234 steps, you can reach on the top of the arc and experience the exclusive sight of the world's famous avenues and nearby places. Notre Dame de Paris. Constructed in 1163, the Notre Dame Cathedral is one of the supreme examples of French Gothic architecture. You won't stop yourself admiring the beautiful sculpture, Gothic carvings, breathtaking rose windows, and the collection of relics. With 400 feet high, 2 lofty towers, and a roaring spire, it is the largest and the most famous cathedral in the world. Sacré-Cœur. Built at the city's highest point on the Montmartre Hill, the white dome Sacré-Cœur Basilica draws your attention due to its striking marble architecture and elegant interior. Tourists can take an exclusive view of the stained glass windows, gold mosaic, and one of the largest clocks of the world. The highest point of this basilica is even higher than the top of the Eiffel Tower. Jardin de Luxembourg. This private Italian-style park was purchased by the Duke of Luxembourg in 1612, and it was open to the public in the 19th century. It is a popular stroll and picnic spot due to its formal gardens, beautiful lawns, fruit orchards, fountains, artistic statues, jogging paths, and tennis courts. Children can watch the puppet show, ride ponies, and sail a boat on the octagonal pond located at the center of the park. Musée d'Orsay. Musée d'Orsay Museum is located in the former railway station built in 1898. It houses thousands of objects and artworks between the mid-1800s and the early 1900 centuries. The museum showcases the world's premier collection of Impressionist paintings, sculptures, and works from Monet, Rodin, Degas, Manet, Cézanne, Renoir, Van Gogh, and others. Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées is considered the most beautiful avenue in the world. It is an elite place in France for celebrations including New Year's Eve, World Cup football events, rallies, and showcasing military parades. Champs-Élysées is one of the most expensive strips of real estate in the world, as well as a principal tourist destination in France. The streets are lined up with luxury specialty shops, cinemas, expensive cafes, and restaurants. Place de la Concorde. Built in 1755 in an octagonal area of 86,400 meters, Place de la Concorde is the largest public square in Paris. It was renamed later after the French Revolution. This place symbolizes reconciliation. The characteristics of this place is a monument and 2 bronze fountains with marine themes at the north and south ends of the square. The Palace of Versailles. The Court of Versailles, a wealthy suburb of Paris, is a symbol of system and the ancient regimes. Each of the 3 French kings who lived in this palace until the French Revolution made significant improvements to this palace, making it more beautiful each time. Moulin Rouge. Moulin Rouge, meaning Red Mill, is a temple of music and dance with huge red windmill on top of this theatre. It is running adult entertainment since 1889, and it has set standards for the world's most famous cabarets. You can make a reservation for a nightly show to view the performances of most extravagant costumes decked out in feathers, squints, and rhinestones. Disneyland Resort, Paris. Disneyland Resort Paris offers an amazing collection of activities for its visitors and keep them entertaining throughout their stay. Visit the Disney park with your family to enjoy the brand new rides. You can even take a picture and an autograph with your favorite Disney character. Well, these are just few chosen attractions that you shouldn't miss. There's a lot to see in this magical city.